What's going on, avatars? This is Violet Ronso once again with another Shroud of the Avatar video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys one of my favorite builds of lately. It's been inspired by Mimner or Dr. L on YouTube. His channel is going to be in the description, by the way. He's got some amazing guides on a bunch of builds and just the deck system in its whole. But anyways, for now, what we're looking to do here is a monk build. So basically, I am using the Pugilist build, Pugilist in it from the Subterfuge tree, along with a few mechanics that really complement this build a lot. So the next thing I'm going to show off is my decks. So for this, I use one main deck, and then I've got my buffing deck. So my buffing deck simply has Spellbinder Stance, a few defensive buffs, and then my Strength of Earth, Shield of Crystal, and Torpor. So before any fight, I usually buff myself up with Strength of Earth. I'm going to give myself a 6 stack, and then I'm going to give my Crocodile a 5 stack. I use Shield of Crystal and Torpor on myself, and then I'm ready to switch over to my Punchy Deck. So this best Punchy Deck here, it has Spellbinder Stance. My Spellbinder Stance is at level 140. This paired with the 2 Wicked Caster gems brings you pretty much into the Bard Song cap for the cast time multipliers. So this is super important. This helps a lot. Next, I've got Flurry. So Flurry's going to boost my attack speed. As I said, attack speed is super important for the Pugilism build, so we've got that. Next, we've got Fireflies. Always good to put Fireflies on mobs when you're trying to do as much damage as possible. It boosts your crit. Super good. Next, we've got Engage Opponent. When I want to zip around from enemy to enemy, while maintaining my Spellbinder Stance active, I will use Engage Opponent, so it's going to allow me to dash from one mob to another without breaking my Spellbinder Stance. Next, we've got Blind. In my deck, I've got a single glyph of Blind here. It has a 10-second cooldown and a 10-second duration, so it's perfect for this slot. It's just going to stay open. Whenever it comes up, I cast it, and we're done with that. We don't need to think about it anymore. Then I've got a Mind Lock locked here to maintain my stacks up as long as possible until I need them. I have Stone Fist. 6 stacks of Stone Fist. Stone Fist will allow me to stun my opponents for approximately 16 seconds when it lands, so this is really good, especially since I am heavy armor spec. This is one of the best stuns I can provide myself with. And then 6 stacks of Anthem of Alacrity. Once again, especially for the attack speed, it's going to bring us to about 33% attack speed at level 120, so this is very good. And then we've got Savage Sonata. Savage Sonata, since we are Bard spec, gives us Strength, Dex, weapon critical damage, and a weapon critical modifier, which will increase our critical chance. So all of these 3 things are going to be stacked to 6 as much as possible, and then we use them as we need them, not more. On our utility bar here, now it's really small, but the important ones I have here are Frenzy to buff my Crocodile, Potion of Health Imbued, Potion of Health Greater, Potion of Restoration Imbued, simply to heal myself when I need. My Summoning Skill, my Heal Creature, Night Vision, and then, very important, but Haste Potions. Haste Potions, once again, boost my attack speed. That's what we want with this build. And then we've got Resurrect Creature, just in case, we never know. So now we're going to go and test this build out. I'm going to show you guys how I fight when we're going to go to the Panopticon, and we're going to go fight one of those Lupine Destroyers up top, which is one of my favorite spots to use this build right now. So, we are back at the top of the Obsidian Panopticon. If you do not know how to get here, I will link a video from Coswell Dirthmeyer in the description, which will show you how to climb up to this area. As for the business here, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be buffing up before. Now, for the foods that I use for this build, and especially in this zone, I mostly go for the Coelacanth chips, which give me 7.5 melee critical damage. The Corbian Claw Potato Salad, which gives me plus 4% attack from behind damage. And the Mutton, Lettuce, and Tomato, which gives me 2.5 melee critical damage. So in total, we're getting 10% melee critical damage and 4% attack from behind bonus. I am also using for my pet, the Pet Food Dragon Kibbles, which gives it melee and melee critical damage. As well as the Rabbit Pate, which gives it attack speed and focus. As for potions, the more important ones are the Potion of Deafness and the Potion of Might. You can use more than those. Those are the important ones, simply said. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into the buff deck. So we're going to start a Spellbinder stance, and then we're going to stack up our buffs. So that's always the first and most important thing, getting our buffs up to 6 stacks. So I'm going to cast Strength of Earth on myself, and then I'm going to stack it back up here into a 5 stack. And then I'm going to cast Shield of Crystal and Torpor on myself. Once this is done, we're going to switch over to our best Punchy Deck. So in our best Punchy Deck, once again, we stay on it a little bit. We're going to make sure to stack our songs and our Stonefist up to 6 stacks before we even get into the fight. This will assure us that we have no problem during the fight. It's going to be easier to manage our stacks. This is really the most important thing. Now that this is done, we're going to move up and we're going to try to aggro. Now, I noticed that there was 2 wolves, so we're going to try to make sure that we only pull 1 for now, as we want to show the single target damage of this build. I should have equipped myself with like a stone arrow or something, but you know, we're gonna draw its attention here. Oh, he's gonna pull 2 of them. Okay, well, let's get into it. So I cast Frenzy on my pet, and then on the wolf it's attacking, I'm gonna cast Fireflies and Blind. Then I'm gonna drink my haste potion, get my Spellbinder stance back up, heal my pet because he's taken a lot of damage, and then we're gonna sing Savage Sonata. Since we have all of those things that I mentioned, the Spellbinder stance and the Wicked Caster gems, our Savage Sonata only takes 5.2 seconds to play, so this is a very important tool for this build. Once this is done, we set ourselves up behind the wolf. We're just going to heal our pet, and then we're going to Stonefist him. So, once the Stonefist is done, all we got to do here is just attack it. So you leave the auto attack do its job. You don't need to do anything else for this. You make sure that your Stonefist is up and ready to be refreshed whenever you can. And you make sure your pet's healed up, and that's all you do. So you punch, punch, punch. As you can see here, I used Engage Opponent just to zip around over to the wolf, which had run away from me. And my Spellbinder stance did not break. So that's really the important part here. Now obviously you can use more food. I could use some regen food for my pet. I could help him out that way. Usually I'm only fighting one of these, so it really doesn't bother me. I'm keeping it stunned and we're not having any issues, but right now these guys decided to give us a bit of trouble. So we're gonna heal up this guy, we're gonna sing this song, the Anthem of Alacrity, get behind this guy again, and then just get to punching. A good thing here is that we managed to steal aggro away from the crocodile, so he's only going to be tanking one of these guys. That's going to help it a lot. And it's going to allow us to cast a bit less spells for the duration of this fight. We're going to make sure our buffs are still up. Flurry went down, so we're going to cast that again. Now, once this wolf is down, we're going to have a much better time. So we're going to get behind this guy. We're going to heal our pet up. We're going to give it Frenzy again, which we forgot to cast a few times in this fight. We're going to get our Spellbinder stance back up, and then we're going to sing Savage Sonata, followed by the Anthem, and then Stone Fist, and then we can just punch away. So this is really a single target build, okay? You cannot use this build for multi-target. Your punches only hit one thing at a time. It won't do any other damage. It doesn't do multi-target damage. It doesn't hit a second thing with like Blades does. It's really one target at a time. So it's really important to consider that if you want to use this build. Some useful tools can still be using Mesmerizing Melody. That will help you out manage the extra aggro if it does happen. I could have used that for this fight, but I just want to punch away. And there we go. So that was it. That was the fight. So we took down those 2 Lupine Destroyers in a very short amount of time. About 4 to 5 minutes, which is very good. So this is it. This is the Pugilist build, at least my version of it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.